if only my dear husband were here to see it.
Madam, your husband would have been proud the way you've handled matters. There's Madame Mercier. Let's see how the conductor's feeling about it.
Madame Brony, Monsieur Richard. A very exciting evening, is it not?
It certainly is. And how is the orchestra and the maestro? Everything well?
Everything is fine. The maestro is calm at the moment.
No problems, I hope. I'm afraid I just can't help but be nervous. Every critic in Paris is out there tonight. Not to mention the patrons of the opera and the Minister of Culture, of course.
Everything will go smoothly, I assure you. La Carlotta has never sung better in rehearsals. It will be a triumph. You can count on it.
More flowers, Madame Carlotta. Her dressing room must be completely full by now. I must remember to tell her maid that more flowers have arrived. There she is now. Sophie, more flowers.
Ah, mon Dieu, where will we put them? There's hardly room to move even now. Here, I'll take some. Merci.
Opening's always upset me, but this one in particular. You don't think we'll have any trouble from... Well, you know.
Not you two. Don't tell me you're beginning to believe in these ridiculous stories.
Well, not exactly. But some of them are more than mere accidents.
There are always accidents in such a place as big as the opera. Such stories are invented by the girls from the ballet.
Oh, yes, accidents, like the death of Monsieur Bouquet.
Monsieur Bouquet hanged himself. That was decided at the inquest. Now, let's hear no more about this. If we keep talking about such things, it only adds credence towards them. We certainly don't need any more bad publicity.
Well, I find it all very mysterious and somewhat frightening. Oh, I wish I weren't so nervous.
Don't worry. Well.
Just hope everything goes well tonight. Oh my God, what was that?
Oh no, now what?
What's happening? Is someone hurt?
We don't know. It came from the dressing rooms.
It's Madame Carlotta.
Yes, Charles, what is it?
What about Madame Carlotta?
She's dead. Oh my.
Dead?
But when? How?
Just now when I took the flowers to her dressing room, I found her. She was lying, there's a cord still around her neck.
She was strangled?
Well, yes, with a gold satin cord.
I knew it. I knew something terrible would happen. Oh, why tonight of all nights?
I went to the wardrobe to get a gown for the second act, and then I stopped to take some flowers that I just arrived. I was only gone a few minutes.
Ruined, just ruined. I knew something would happen. We must call the police immediately.
No, don't call anyone.
But monsieur, in such a case, they must be notified.
We cannot afford such a thing. With everyone in Paris out there tonight?
How can we have a performance? La Carlotta is dead!
Will you be quiet? I have an idea. Monique, go fetch Mademoiselle Daye.
Oui, monsieur.
We must see that no one goes in or out of that dressing room. We'll post a guard. Ladies, please, enough of this chatter. We have a performance to give.
This is terrible, just terrible. I knew something would happen. Why tonight of all nights? Who could have killed Madame Carlotta?
I don't know. She's certain of bad enemies. Everyone does. I will call the police from my office after the performance has begun.
What's happening? What's going on?
It's Madame Carlotta. She's been strangled in her dressing room.
Oh, no. This is terrible. Oh, we must cancel the performance. I'll go tell the maestro.
No, I thought of a solution. I've sent for Mademoiselle Daye. She knows the role, and she will sing it tonight.
But...
This is simply terrible. We cannot afford another scandal. Just absolutely terrible. Monsieur Richard, here she is, Mademoiselle Daye.
Mademoiselle Daye, there's been an accident.
Yes, I just heard. It's true then.
Yes. You know the role, do you not?
Yes, I do.
Then you could sing it?
Of course.
Then go and get dressed quickly. You must sing it tonight.
Oh, Sophie, it must have been terrible for you.
Oh, tell us about it, you poor thing. I was so frightened I could hardly dance tonight.
Yes, me too. It's all I could think about during the whole performance.
Be quiet, you two. Let her tell us what happened.
Well, I came in with some flowers and her dress for Act 2. At first I thought she was dressing behind the screen, but then I turned her out. And there she was.
Oh, terrifying.
Yes, Yes.
She was lying on the floor by the dressing table. At first I thought she had fainted, but then I saw it around her neck.
What did you see?
A piece of gold satin cord, and her eyes were open, staring at nothing, and then I knew she was dead.
Oh, how could you stand it? I would have died too. It's the Phantom. I know it is.
The Phantom? Do you really think so?
It must be. First Monsieur Bouquet, her conductor, and now her.
But Monsieur Bouquet was a suicide. The police said so.
Just because they found him hanging in the opera cellar doesn't mean it was suicide.
Besides, do you know where they found him? That spot.
It's the same spot the Phantom was seen.
Remember Jean-Pierre, the stagehand who saw him? Well, he said it was exactly that place.
But did he really see something, or just a shadow?
Yes, he did. He told me about it. He was down on the 3rd level where they put the scenery, and he was all alone. And then he saw a dark shadow with a glowing white face.
I don't want to hear about that. I'm too frightened.
Let's not stand here talking. It's getting late.
Yes, and everyone's leaving, and I don't want to be the last ones out of the dressing room tonight.
Please, gentlemen, I've told you, Monsieur Richard and Madame Clean, you're not in. You please wait quietly in the floor. No, I cannot answer any questions. Please, no. Oh, Mademoiselle Day, of course. Please, come in. Monsieur Richard and Madame Clean should be here any moment. Please, be seated. Oh, there you are at last. I try to keep up everyone, of course. Well, except for Mademoiselle Day and her fiancé.
May I present Monsieur le Vicomte Desjardins, Madame Polini and Monsieur Richard, the directors of the opera.
How do you do, sir? Oh, my dear Christina, are you comfortable?
Yes, Madame.
Oh, please sit down.
A pleasure. Sure, the pleasure is mine, I assure you.
I read about the murder, of course, in the morning papers. I'm sure this must be a terrible ordeal for both of you, and a terrible scandal for the opera.
Yes, it certainly is.
But at the same time, it's a wonderful triumph. I'm sure you read the notices from Mademoiselle Diane. What a triumph, Mademoiselle, you're magnificent.
And you certainly saved us from even the greater humiliation of having to cancel a gala premiere. We just
Cannot thank you enough, Mademoiselle. Oh, the critics were ecstatic. Why, the critic for Le Monde was beside himself. One of the greatest voices to ever.
Yes, we've read them all several times, madam. Now, Mademoiselle, the reason we have asked you here today is to discuss a new contract. I believe that you should now occupy a more prominent position here at the opera than ever before. And I think we should have no reason, no difficulties in reaching an agreement which will benefit us all.
Monsieur Richard, the police. Shall I...
Yes, and then you may go, mademoiselle.
May I present Inspector Barneau of the police? Monsieur Richard, Madame Pliny, the directors of the opera.
How do you do? My pleasure, Inspector.
How do you do, Inspector? Oh, thank heavens you're here to get to the bottom of this dreadful scandal. What a shame for the opera.
Indeed. And allow me to introduce Mademoiselle Christine Daye.
Who gave an unsurpassed performance last evening to all the praise from the critics.
And Monsieur le Vicomte Deschenier.
Monsieur.
A pleasure.
And now, if I may, I'd like to ask a few questions about the unfortunate incident of last evening. You were both backstage when the murder occurred, were you not?
Yes, we were standing in the wings talking to Madame Mercier, the theater prompter.
I had just remarked I had a strange feeling, a premonition, if you will, that something was not quite right.
I see. And Mademoiselle Daye, you were?
In my dressing room. I knew nothing until I noticed all the commotion in the corridor outside.
I see. And Monsieur, you were?
I was not at the opera last evening, unfortunately. I'm afraid I won't be of much help.
Perhaps not, but one can never be sure with such a strange case as this.
Yes, a very strange case. Nothing like this has ever happened in the whole history of the opera.
Oh, but wasn't there not too long ago the death of one Monsieur Bouquet?
Well, yes, but everyone knows that was a suicide.
Yes, he was found hanged in the cellars on the 3rd floor of the scenery bay, hanged with a gold satin cord.
If you will excuse me, I think such details are a bit unnerving for Mademoiselle Daye. This whole affair has been rather difficult. Perhaps we'd better get going.
Of course, we will talk about the new contract tomorrow, or
Yes.
as soon as we can be finished with the present situation.
Yes, mademoiselle, there is a new offer. A work by an unknown author. Madame Carlotta was quite interested in it. It would be perfect for you.
Thank you. Until tomorrow.
Good day, madame. Gentlemen.
And now, Inspector, do we have any further matters to discuss?
I'm afraid so. I'll have to question anyone who had any contact with Madame Carlotta. You had both worked with her. Tell me what she was like.
A great talent, monsieur. A great voice. A very great voice.
I see. And did you find her difficult?
Difficult? Why, she...
Monsieur, people in the limelight always have enemies. This is a very jealous profession, as you know.
And Madame Carlotta had an extremely fiery and unpredictable nature. She was Spanish, you know.
But we found her not beyond reason in the matters of her career.
I see. Then you did have some problems in dealing with her.
Well, you could say she could be demanding from time to time.
Yes, particularly in matters of roles she wished to sing. Take the new opera, for instance.
New opera.
Well, yes, just a few weeks ago we received a manuscript for a new work from an unknown composer. Scrawled across the top of it in gold ink were the words for Mademoiselle Diane.
Secrets just spread around here so fast. You know, I think it's the ballet girls myself. They just have far too
Well,
much...
to get to the point, Madame Carlotta learned of the manuscript, read it, and insisted it be put into production for her.
I see. And did she finally win you over?
We decided that it would be in everybody's best interest just to go ahead with the production.
With Madame Carlotta in the starring role. And what was Mademoiselle Diane's reaction to all of this? Had she known that the author had intended for her to sing his work?
Well, we aren't sure, monsieur. Mademoiselle Diane never spoke to us about the matter.
I see. And the author? Surely he spoke up.
That's another somewhat bizarre aspect of the situation as well. You see, we never spoke with the author. The manuscript arrived by mail with only the address of his attorneys on it.
I see. And now that Madame Carlotta is gone, Mademoiselle Diane will be taking over the roles that she had sung.
Why, certainly. She gave a splendid performance last night as Marguerite. The critics were beside themselves.
I see. Then certainly the unfortunate demise of Madame Carlotta has been of benefit to her.
Monsieur, surely don't suspect Mademoiselle Diane of having been responsible for such a thing.
At this point, everyone's under suspicion.
Darling, I do wish you would think about going away for a few days. At least until this awful business is over, and a rest would certainly do you good.
I'm not at all in need of rest right now. I'm far too excited. And there are so many things to be done here. Nanette, the directors are talking about a new contract. I'll be singing roles I've always wanted to sing now.
That is wonderful, Shelley. But I think Monsieur Andre is right. It would not hurt to get away from all these for a few days.
But there's so much to do right here, so much to think about. This is what we've waited so long for. I can't take a holiday now.
And I am concerned that you not exhaust yourself completely. Too much excitement is not good.
We could go to my family's place in Brittany. It's a beautiful place, and you've always been fond of the seaside. You can take along whatever you like and study there.
Oh, Andre, I wouldn't be able to study for a moment with you there. It sounds like a lovely holiday,
but right now you're going to have a cup of tea. And you hardly even invited since last night. Then you can have a little what?
I reserved a table for us this evening at La Sierra. I thought a quiet leisurely dinner would be good for us both.
It's terrible the way I allow you to go with me. But you're right, it does sound nice.
Dinner is fine, but right now you're going to have a cup of tea and a little rest. And I'm sure Monsieur Andre has other things that require his attention. Is that not so, Monsieur Andre?
Yes, that's done, Annette. I'll call you at 7:30. Have a nice rest, darling.
I will, until this evening. Oh, Nanette, I'm worried about Andre.
Why, Shelley? It is obvious that he loves you very much.
I know, and he wants to marry me right away.
And don't you love him?
Of course I do. He's so dear and sweet and patient with me.
Then why are you worrying? I should think you would be happy. Not every young girl has a young, handsome Viscountess who is madly in love with her.
It's because he wants us to marry. And I'm afraid it would mean giving up the opera.
To become Madame Viscountess de Chamay. Not a bad trade if you ask me.
My Nanette, I can't give up my music, at least not yet. I promised myself and I promised Papa. And now all that is just about to come true.
He's madly in love with you, Shelley, and he will wait. Just don't make him wait too long. So it's more to life than music, I see.
I know you're right. And I don't want to lose him. But if we could just wait a little while longer. There's someone at the door. See who it is, please, Nanette.
Yes? I'm afraid Mademoiselle Christine is resting at the moment. Oh, I see. Do come in.
Who is it, Nanette?
It is the police.
Good afternoon, Mademoiselle Daae. I don't mean to disturb you, but I wish to speak with you privately, and the office of the directors did not seem to be the right place.
It's quite all right, Inspector. I'm happy to be of any help. May we offer you some tea?
Thank you, but no, I'll only take a few moments of your time.
Oh, Monsieur, may I present my guardian, Madame Victorine, Inspector Bonnot?
A pleasure.
Oh, please sit down, Inspector.
Thank you, but no.
Now, what can we do for you?
I was wondering if there was anything you could tell me about Madame Carlotta.
I'm afraid I can't tell you much more than I did this afternoon. I hardly knew Madame Carlotta.
I see. But you had worked with her on a number of occasions, I believe.
Yes, we worked together, that's all.
I see. And surely such a woman as Madame Carlotta had had a large number of friends.
I really couldn't say. Certainly she had a large number of admirers, but actually I think she was a rather solitary person. And I sometimes believe she missed her native country quite a lot.
I see. And did her fellow artists ever have any difficulty with her?
Well, there were difficult moments, of course. This is a difficult profession, as you know, and Madame Carlotta was a diva.
I see. And you yourself never had any difficult moments with her?
None. We had worked together, that's all.
I see. Now that Madame Carlotta is gone, you will be seeing the role she has left behind.
Some of them, yes.
Well, every misfortune brings some good, I suppose. I wish to congratulate you, by the way, on your performance last evening.
Thank you, Monsieur. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I was not among the audience, but I would very much like to be there the next time you perform.
Oh, yes, Monsieur. I will be singing again next week. Next Wednesday, in fact. I sing Manon.
I see. Another one of Madame Carlotta's roles, was it not?
Yes, it was. Will that be all, Inspector? I would really like to rest for a while.
Just one more question. At the time of the murder, were you alone?
Of course not, Monsieur. I was with her.
Of course. I'll take my leave of you. Au revoir, madame. Au revoir, mademoiselle. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday in Manon.
Nanette,
Yes, Shelley?
why did you tell the inspector you were with me the night La Carlotta was killed? As I recall, you had gone to take some of your headache powders to Mademoiselle Jarry in the dancer's dressing rooms.
That is true. But I did not like the way the inspector was insinuating.
Insinuating what?
That you would receive some benefit from the death of Madame Carlotta. And I felt it wise to make him think you were not alone that night.
But Nanette, you don't think the inspector suspects me of the murder, do you?
One never knows, Shelley. The police are funny creatures. Who can tell what they think?
Good afternoon, Mademoiselle Daae. This is a splendid idea on the part of Madame Paulny and Monsieur Richard, don't you think?
Good afternoon, Madame Mercier. I'm afraid I'm a little nervous about singing the new piece for the directors themselves.
Nonsense, you'll do wonderfully. And the new opera, what do you think?
Oh, it's beautiful, and it certainly is a good role for me.
I thought so too, as though it had been written for you. Now the maestro's ready in the pit, so you have nothing to worry about. Are we ready, sir? Good. Now whenever you're ready.
Yes, of course.
Get back, madam.
Here, the smelling salts you asked for.
Mademoiselle, what happened? Are you better now?
It was horrible. I'm frightened.
Horrible? What? What are you talking about?
Up there, I saw it up there.
But so what? Mademoiselle, tell us what you saw.
I knew it. Hallucinations. It's happened to other people who overwork.
It was up there on the chandelier. A face. It was looking over the side of it at me.
Do you see anyone up there?
A workman, perhaps. Is anyone cleaning or repairing the chandelier?
Not that I know of.
No, it wasn't a workman, I'm sure of it. It was a face, a horrible face, like a death mask. And the eyes, they were staring straight at me.
It's the strain, my dear. You've been working far too hard these past couple of weeks.
Perhaps it was just an unusual reflection on the chandelier. That sort of thing can happen, you know. You better go to your dressing room and rest for a while. We'll continue again tomorrow.
But I'm very excited about the new opera, and I know I can sing it well.
We do too, dear. But you've been working far too hard. No more work for today. Go and rest.
I'll get someone to look at the chandelier. Monique will show you to your dressing room. Tell me, mademoiselle, do you think it's a case of working too hard? Should we perhaps ease up on her schedule a bit?
I don't know. She seemed fine before this. I've never seen her act this way.
Yes, I think we'd better keep an eye on her, watch for other signs, because we cannot endanger the health of the finest singer that we have.
And we can't afford to endanger the new opera either.
No. I think we'd better call in the doctor and have him take a look. Because there's one thing that I am sure of. There was no one working on that chandelier.
Nanette, do stop making such a fuss. I only fainted. I'm perfectly all right now.
Someone who is perfectly alright does not faint on stage in the middle of a rehearsal. Now drink this tea.
Really, I don't want anything just now. Just put it over there. Nanette, would you hand me that score? Would you, please?
You want to study now? You silly child. Rise, Ellen, rise.
Come in, please.
Darling, I just heard. Are you ill? Tell me what happened.
It's nothing, Andre. I fainted for a moment, that's all.
Fainted? Why?
I was on stage about to sing the new aria for the directors, and I looked up to the chandelier.
Yes?
And I saw someone staring down at me. A frightening, pale face.
Who was it? Who was on the chandelier?
They said no one was, but I know I saw that face.
Darling, sometimes when people are tired, or under a lot of strain, they imagine things.
I don't think I imagined it. It certainly was real enough at the time. I've heard those stories the ballet girls tell. Do you suppose there could really be a Phantom of the Opera?
No, that's just backstage superstition. The kind one often hears around theaters, and with all that's been going on around here lately, it wouldn't be difficult for everyone to start imagining things. That's why I feel some sunlight and fresh air would do us good. Let's go to Brittany, darling, for a few days.
It's no use, Andre. I simply cannot take a holiday at the moment. This new opera is very important to me. It's a kind of role I've always dreamed of having.
I'm sure it's a good role, Christine, but your other roles are all good too.
I know, but not as good as this. This one is absolutely perfect for me. In fact, it's almost uncanny how well it suits me.
You talk as if I were asking you to go away for a long while. It'll only be a few days.
And you forget that it's only 2 days till the opera ball. The directors would never forgive me if I missed that. We're all expected to attend. It's what the patrons pay for. By the way, have you chosen a costume yet?
No, but I have something in mind. Have you?
Yes, but don't go trying to find out from Nanette. I've sworn her to secrecy.
Well, I shall have to think of something equally surprising then.
Who now? I hope it isn't the police. I'm so tired of answering questions.
Come in, doctor. Christine, it's the doctor. I'm so glad you're here. I warn you, she's a difficult patient.
Good afternoon, Mademoiselle Daae. I am Dr. Dubian, the house physician. The directors have asked me to drop by and have a look at you.
Good afternoon, doctor. May I present my fiancé, Andre Desgenais, and Madame Victorine.
Pleasure. We could leave the room if you like, doctor.
No, that won't be necessary. Now, what exactly happened this afternoon, Mademoiselle?
It's nothing, doctor. I fainted for a moment, that's all.
I see. And had you been feeling unwell before?
No, you see, I fainted because of something I saw. It startled me.
And what was it that you saw?
I was on stage about to sing for the directors, and I looked up to the chandelier, and I saw a face.
Yes, thank you. Where was this face, mademoiselle?
He was on the chandelier. You know, the main chandelier.
Whose face do you think it might have been?
I don't know. It wasn't an ordinary face. I mean, it wasn't even a human face, but then it was. The eyes are what I remembered, the way they were staring at me.
And you'd never seen this face before?
Never.
You have been working very hard the past few weeks, have you not?
Well, I suppose, but...
Have you felt more fatigued than usual, perhaps?
Well, I'm tired in the evenings, but that doesn't seem unusual to me. I know no one really believes I saw something up in the chandelier, but I did.
That, mademoiselle, is not for me to say. Whether or not you might have seen something is really not the problem. I do think you're somewhat exhausted from your work, however, and I would like to prescribe a tonic.
There, you see, just as Monsieur Andre and I have been telling you.
In addition to this, you must see to it that you eat well and get plenty of sleep. Your work is very demanding, mademoiselle. You cannot fail to take the best possible care of yourself.
Thank you, doctor. That is what I tell her, but of course she does not listen to me.
Well, she certainly should, Madame Victorine, but just in case, I will come back in a few days. Until then, au revoir.
Au revoir, doctor. You see, darling, Annette and I are not completely wrong.
Doctors are always like that. And I bet his tonic will taste awful, too.
Possibly, but you will take it every day. I'll see to that.
Let's not talk about unpleasant things. Andre, are you going to tell me what costume you've chosen for the ball, so I can find you easily in the crowd?
No, I want to surprise you, too.
Oh, but give me a hint, at least. Will it be something dashing and romantic, like a harlequin, or a devil, or a pirate, perhaps?
Perhaps. Or I may come as something even more fantastic. Say, perhaps, the Phantom of the Opera.
It's almost 8 o'clock, Shelley. Hadn't you better be getting dressed for the ball?
In a moment, Nanette. This is an exquisite passage here. What a wonderful aria. This whole opera is wonderful. It's bound to be the finest thing I've ever saw.
The new opera. That is all you can think about these days. But soon your Andre will be sitting in the grand foyer, looking everywhere for his Christine. And you won't even be dressed yet. I'll get your gown.
In a moment. But if you would go and fix me a cup of tea and a bite to eat, I could eat a little before I go, perhaps.
Now she's hungry. Any other time I couldn't get her to think of food. Well, I suppose I should take that as a good sign. And you will start studying and start getting dressed?
Yes.
promised to be glad. Well, here's your tea.
Leonard, did you close the door? I feel dry.
The door's closed, Shelley. Would you like my shawl?
No, no, thank you. I don't feel it anymore.
Nanette, do you think Andre will like my gown tonight? I hope so.
Of course you will. Now for the last time, get yourself up and into your costume. The ball must have started by now. Here, I'll take that and put an end to your studies. For tonight.
But Nanette, you should be happy I'm so enthusiastic for my new role.
I am, Shelley. But tonight you are going to the bar. And as you reminded us all, the directors will not be pleased if you are not there. So, up you get and I'll get your gown. Oh mon Dieu! I forgot your shoes. I took them downstairs to be cleaned. Well, this time get into your costume. I'll be right back. Yes.
You're sure she just didn't step off the corridor to see one of her friends?
She was about to get left. No, I'm certain. You see, that was my first thought. But I looked everywhere, and that's everyone. And no one had seen her. Oh, please, would you please help me find her?
You don't suppose she left the opera for some reason, do you?
Before the bars? I think not, madame.
Don't worry, I have the staff looking for her right now.
Oh, my Shelley. I just know something terrible has happened to her.
It's uncanny, that's what it is. First Bouquet, then Madame Carlotta, now Mademoiselle Diane.
Then you think she is dead? Oh, I knew it. You think she is dead like the others?
We have absolutely no reason to think that Mademoiselle Diane is dead.
Oh, please don't cry anymore. Madam, I didn't mean to imply. Please don't cry anymore. It's no use. We've searched everywhere, even the 2 cellars and all the top floors. She just isn't here. I can't understand it, but she isn't here.
It's true, messieurs. We've even asked the among the coachmen who are waiting outside the building, and no one saw her leave.
I've alerted the police, of course, but it's going to make us look very bad if she turns up unharmed.
It's going to make you look even worse if she does. This is outrageous that you can worry about what someone will think of you at a time like this. You have a responsibility to Christine and to everyone here at this opera. And you certainly have failed to maintain that responsibility so far. I swear to you, monsieur, if any harm comes to my fiancée, I will have you to blame for it. And I will see that you do pay for it.
I told you, Richard, but you wouldn't listen. I tried to tell you, and now we're ruined. Just ruined.
Please, monsieur, I can understand your anger and your concern. We're all concerned.
Oh, my Christine, my Shelley.
No, Nanette. We must not give her cold.
Forgive me. I spoke too harshly just now, but I'm sure you understand my concerns.
Yes, but we must not waste time blaming one another. We must keep trying to find Mademoiselle Diane.
You are safe. Do not be frightened.
But this place, you,
No, you are safe here with me.
where are we?
Far beneath the opera, there are tunnels and passageways throughout the theater. One leads into your dressing room, into the armoire.
So that's how you got into my room. But why do you bring me here? What do you want of me?
I have much to share with you.
Please, I must go back to the opera. You must take me back, I beg you.
In time, but first we have much to do. Listen.
I know that. It's the opera they gave me. But you, how do you know it?
I know it very well. It is mine.
Yours? I don't understand.
It is a gift, my gift, to you and to them.
Then are you?
The one who sent the manuscript? Yes.
But why?
I do not go among them, but I sent it, and they knew I sent it to you.
And Madame Carlotta, it was you who killed her.
Ah, the fools! My work was not meant for just anyone.
How horrible. Let me go back, please, I must.
I will take you back, but not now. I have gathered food and drink and clothes for you to wear, but now you must sing. Sing for me.
Sing? I can't sing now. I must go back. Don't come near me, please. Why are you doing this to me? Who are you?
I am Eric. That is the name I have chosen for you to call me. That is all you need to know.
Wait. I remember those eyes. The day I fainted on stage, I told them I saw someone. It was you.
Yes, it was I. I came to hear you sing my work, that work which I have written for you, and only for you.
But why do you hide? Why do you live like this? And why do you wear the mask?
No! You must not ever, ever touch the mask! Forgive me, but you will come to no harm as long as you never touch my mask. Sing! I will play for you.
You bring me here to a place like this, hold me prisoner while those I love are wondering where I am, whether I'm dead or alive, and now you ask me to sing for you?
These questions of yours, these explanations you want, they serve no purpose now. They're a waste of time. We have so little time. Time to create the beautiful and the lasting. I have told you all you must know for now. I have told you you will come to no harm. Haven't I given you a great triumph? All of Paris is at your feet. And now I give to you the world. We must not waste what little time we have. Now come, come! And now you will sing, Christine. You will sing for me.
Been told to cancel all productions on the new opera.
Yes, madame.
That new opera, how I hate to lose it. Would have been such a success. And now we have to do Thanks again. No one wants to see Thanks again.
Need I remind you, madam, that without Mademoiselle Daae, we have no choice. We must schedule what we can.
Mademoiselle Daae, how could she do this to us? To just up and disappear when we need her so badly.
You talk as though she did it on purpose. That's utter nonsense. Mademoiselle, have you gotten the scores to the concertmaster and the prompter?
Yes. And Madame Stroy wishes to know she should continue to rehearse the ballet.
Of course you should continue to rehearse the ballet. We have an entire new schedule to fill.
Well, I don't see how we can have a new season now, not without Madame Carlotta or Mademoiselle Daae. It's just ruined. I told you all along that something very strange was going on. Something very, very strange.
It's Inspector Barneau. Shall I show him in?
Yes, perhaps he has some new news on Mademoiselle Daae.
Oh, Inspector, you have good news for us, I hope.
I'm afraid not. The police have searched all over the opera, but have found no trace of Mademoiselle Daae. Except this one.
What's that? Something that belonged to her?
No, I don't think so. I found it in her dressing room last night, beside the armoire.
Well, it's obviously part of a costume. I don't see what significance that has.
Think for a moment. A length of gold satin cord. Wasn't Monsieur Bouquet found hung with a length of gold satin cord?
Yes, he was, down in the scenery bays.
And when Madame Carlotta's body was found, wasn't there still around her neck a length
of gold satin cord? But do you think Mademoiselle Daae was strangled as well?
No, I don't believe so. Whoever's been committing these crimes has wanted the bodies to be found. At least, no attempt was made to hide them.
But if she wasn't killed, what was the purpose of the gold satin cord?
I don't know, but I have a feeling it was not left there on purpose.
Then you feel the same person that killed Monsieur Bouquet and the same person that kills Madame Polini is the same person who's responsible for the disappearance of Mademoiselle Daae?
Yes, but there is another link besides the cord.
Another link?
Yes, think for a moment. When Madame Carlotta was killed, she was just about to perform the new opera, wasn't she?
Yes, just the day before her disappearance.
Yes. And Monsieur Bouquet, what connection might he have had to the new opera?
He was the concert master at the time. He was very close to Madame Carlotta.
We always believed it was him who gave the opera to Madame Carlotta.
I see. Well, there you have it. All the people who have been connected with these crimes have been very close to the new opera.
Well, then perhaps your next move would be to get in touch with the author's attorneys.
I already have. They've never seen the man in question. Their only contacts with him have been by mail. His address being General Delivery at Boulevard Lafayette.
But his name, he must have a name.
Yes. They gave me the name of one Monsieur Mystère. Obviously a pseudonym.
Well, artists are frequently strange people with unusual eccentricities. This one seems more unusual than most. Certainly values his privacy.
Yes. But I'm fairly certain that he is the man responsible for these crimes.
But then why abduct Mademoiselle Daae? Inspector, there is a flaw in your logic.
Perhaps, but I still feel that when we find the man who wrote the opera, we will find the person responsible for these crimes.
Have I been sleeping long?
Yes, it is evening now up there.
Up there? When will you let me return?
A few days is all I ask. Then you may go.
A few days?
After that, you will have learned much of what I wish to teach you. And after that, you will no longer fear me. And then perhaps, from time to time, you will return to visit your poor Eric.
But you've taught me so much already. So much I never dreamed I could learn.
There is still more to learn, Christine. Always more. Take some refreshments, and then we will work.
Yes, I will sing for you.
And soon you will sing for them, Christine. You will sing as they have never heard before. I have created a music for you that will make their music pale and shabby beside it.
It is truly the greatest music I've ever heard. A music that possesses me completely when I sing it.
And I made it for you, and only you. Ah, Christine, the nights I have watched you and listened as you sang, and waited for this moment when I could speak to you and offer you my genius and my love. I love you, Christine, with a love as complete as the music which I offer you. You are all I create for, all that I live for. And through my music, perhaps you can come to understand the depth of my love for you.
Please, you mustn't speak like this, not now.
Yes. Forgive me. Come then, let us work. Why, Christine? Why? The one thing, the only thing I had forbidden you to do.
I'm sorry. Forgive me, I didn't know.
Now you have seen. You alone have seen the face of Eric. That face even my father never saw, and my poor mother could not bear to look upon. Now you have looked upon it. Upon that face I have kept hidden for a lifetime from the world. Why, Christine? I trusted you!
Forgive me, please. I'm sorry.
Ah, but you didn't know. You didn't know there could be such a face, such a hideous face. But I have known it, Christine. Known it every night and day, every moment of my life. My mask was my only safety, my only refuge from their fear and pity and revulsion. And now you have taken it from me. Look, Christine, look at my face. The face you wanted so badly to see. Look closely, Christine. How do you like this face? Ah, but perhaps this is a mask. Another disguise to hide the soul of Eric. Give me your hands, Christine. Give me your hands! And together we will tear away this mask too, so we can see the true face of your Eric. No, you see, there is no other mask, my poor Christine. Nothing more for your thoughtless curiosity to tear away. That curiosity has sealed your fate. Before you saw me, I could have allowed you to go, and you might have returned to me.
Yes, I will.
No, not now. Now that you have seen my face. Now you must stay here forever with me. I won't let you go, Christine. I love you, Christine. I love you. And you must learn to love this thing you see before you. Come, kiss me, Christine. Kiss me!
Oh, Madame, I know how you feel since Mademoiselle Christine went away.
She did not go away. I am sure of that. She was taken away. Why, how, by whom? I do not know. But somehow she was taken away from this place.
Yes, Madame, but now you must be brave. You mustn't think of what Isabella girls are whispering about.
Oh, if I could only know for certain that she was not dead. Some words, some signs, anything to tell me she was alive.
There, as long as we know nothing for sure, we still have hope. And it's only been 5 days. We may hear something yet.
Only 5 days. And already the directors have asked me to take her belongings from her dressing room. Before they even know what happened to her. It's cruel.
But Madame, they must have their reason.
Reason? Yes, they have their reason. Business is their reason. They want to give the place to someone else. Before they even know what happened to her. Or she'll return.
So let me get you something. Some tea will make you feel better.
No, nothing can do that. Oh, her things, her beautiful things.
You sit down, Madame, and rest. I can do that.
No, I want to, Sophie. But it's time for me to stay in town.
Have you seen Monsieur Andre? This would be very difficult for him, too.
Oh, the poor man. He's practically dead with grief. He loves her so. He sits at the police station every day. Always wishing, always hoping that the police will find something to do.
I'm sure they will, Madame, and so. Do let her help with packing the clothes.
Thank you, Sophie. I can't seem to. At last.
Mon Dieu!
Mama, Christine, where have you been?
Below the theater, there are many passageways. One leads through here.
Is it really you, Shelley?
Yes, Nana, it's true.
Oh, Mademoiselle, how we prayed you to return safely.
Yes, thank God.
But, Mademoiselle, where have you been?
It's very difficult to explain. You must trust me. I must see the directors, and I must see Andre right away.
You can tell us? What do you mean?
It's very difficult, and I know you think it very strange. But you must trust me. In the meantime, you must come with me.
This is fantastic. Almost too fantastic to believe.
Nevertheless, it's true. I swear it.
This madman, this phantom kidnapped you, held you prisoner for 5 days, allowed you to return, and now you want to sing his opera?
It's the only way, Andre. I told you, he made me promise to return to him at 11 o'clock the night of the premiere, or he will destroy us all.
And you consented to return? What has he done to you, Christine? How could you promise such a thing?
It's the only way. I had to make him trust me and believe my promise.
But you aren't going back. You can't.
I don't want to. I want to be free to stay here with you.
And you will. I'll see to that. I love you, Christine. I won't give you up to this demented whore of a man.
And I love you, Andre. But what else could I do? Help me. I don't want to go back to him.
And you won't. But do you really believe that this madman can destroy the opera and everyone in it?
Oh, yes, he's a genius. And he can put his genius to whatever use he wishes.
I'll find him, genius or not. He's a man, and he'll die like any man.
I certainly hope so. But you must be careful. You must be quiet. He could be anywhere. He knows everything that happens here. If he should even suspect that I have told you this, he would not wait until the premiere. He would destroy us all now.
I'll go to the police. With their help, we can find his hideout and stop him before it's too late.
I hope so. But you must be careful. You cannot know how clever he is.
Yes. And meanwhile, you must continue to rehearse the new opera. That will give us time. And time is what we need.
Oh, I'm so tired. I don't think I've ever danced so much in my life.
Directors are certainly in a hurry to get this new opera on.
Probably because they're afraid Mademoiselle Daae will disappear again if they don't.
It certainly was strange. Does anyone know what happened to her? Why she just went away or something?
Nobody knows a thing about it. But Sophie told me. She was there when Mademoiselle Daae came back, but she wouldn't speak about it at all. She only said, "You must trust me."
Well, everyone thought, of course, that she had taken a little vacation with the Vicomte Deschenais. They're engaged, you know.
Yes, but Sophie says it isn't true. He was here and called on Madame Victorine during the time she was gone.
Oh, that makes it much more interesting and a lot more mysterious, too, don't you think?
Oh, here come the directors again. Let them get this gossiping.
This is insanity. No one can ready an opera in this short of time.
Well, as long as the chorus doesn't drop from exhaustion and the star doesn't disappear again, I think we'll manage it.
Well, why this sudden flash of optimism, madam? Especially since the threat of doom hangs over us all.
I have every faith in the police. They will find this phantom before the premiere. At least I think they will. Won't they?
Oh, mademoiselle, what is it now?
The program copy, monsieur. It needs your approval by this afternoon, so I thought I'd better bring it to you now.
Yes, thank you. Here, madam, look this over.
Monsieur Richard, this is insupportable. I have all I can do to get this opera ready without temperamental demands from my colleagues.
Calmly now. Now, what is it?
Madame Sorelli wants 64 bars and the pot is 6, changed from here all the way over to here. Now that would mean recopying 4 whole pages of the score. I've barely enough time to ready the score as it is.
Impossible. I will tell Madame Sorelli that we rehearse the ballet as written. You needn't worry about that.
Thank you, monsieur. But is there no way we could postpone the premiere for just a few days? It would make things so much easier for us all.
I'm afraid not. The date has been set, and we cannot change it again. Besides, there are many other reasons why the opera must premiere on time.
Reasons, monsieur? What reasons?
We needn't go into that. Besides, I cannot take any more time away from your rehearsal.
Oui, monsieur.
Mademoiselle, you may send this back to the printers. It seems to be in order.
Certainly, madame.
Oh, and I must see the costumes for the third act. I couldn't let the chorus wear that horrid shade of puce. Oh, I hate puce.
Madame, monsieur, the inspector and I must speak with you for a moment. We have additional security measures to discuss.
Oh, more security. I told you, Richard, my confidence was well placed.
We will, of course, have men patrolling all strategic points around the opera and guarding the entrances and exits. But I thought it might be wise to place a few men on the stage itself.
Policemen on the stage? Why, that's unheard of. It would ruin this beautiful opera.
Madame, please, hear me out. We could dress them as members of the chorus and place them near the wings. That way they could control any access on or off the stage, which I think may be wise.
Well, if they look like the chorus. But they mustn't try to sing or anything like that.
Of course not,
Disastrous.
madame. Nothing of the sort.
It sounds very sensible to me, Inspector. We'll cooperate in every way. But tell me this. Can't you search for this man and trap him in his lair?
We know approximately where the Phantom hides, monsieur, but we have no idea of what means he has for this threatened destruction of the opera. If we were to surprise him in his own lair, he may have time to set off whatever mechanism he has devised.
We can't take that chance. We still have 3 days left. We hope that will grant us an unguarded moment when we might catch him unawares. But until that time, we cannot further endanger the life of Mademoiselle Daae and everyone else by letting them know of our plans.
Yes, secrecy is of the utmost importance. This must remain our secret. No one must know of what we have planned. I will, of course, have men guarding Mademoiselle Daae at all times, but the plans must remain strictly between the four of us.
And we must use every moment we have between now and the night of the premiere.
The audience is enthralled. It's so beautiful. Just so beautiful.
Yes, it's going very well. Perhaps the threats were just that. Threats to frighten Mademoiselle Daae.
Well, I'm still nervous. I'm nervous even when things go good these days.
And so am I. It's going too well. I don't believe the Phantom makes idle threats, not from what we already know of him.
Nor do I. And I don't need to remind you that there's a lot that can happen in a very short amount of time.
But it's nearly, the premiere's nearly here. Nothing can possibly...
Madam, need I remind you, it is not yet 11 o'clock.
Look, it's him!
Quickly, this way!
God. What are we going to do?
Oh, wait. Now what?
Stay where you are.
Wait!
Oh, this is terrible. Monsieur, Madame, you should help.
The audience. We must calm the audience.
Here, take the candle. Go tell them to remain in their seats. Tell them to remain calm. Just tell them anything.
Messieurs, Madame, we're having problems with the lighting. Please remain seated. Please remain in your seats. Remain calm. We'll have the problem fixed in just a moment. Please remain calm. Thank you.
Gas lights. I said we were better off with gas. The master electrician says someone has cut the lines. He needs you up there immediately.
Okay, stay here and remain calm.
Dear, Mademoiselle Favart, could you give me a glass of water? This excitement is just too much for me.
Certainly, Madame.
What's happening? Where's Andre? I'm frightened.
There, mademoiselle. Monsieur Andre and the inspector are searching for the Phantom right now.
Then you must help him, monsieur. He's in danger.
Quickly, get the inspector!
Quickly, get the inspector. Have the inspector come on stage immediately.
Thank heaven she's not dead.
Look, his mask.
Mademoiselle has fainted.
No, it was the Phantom.
Look. His mask.
Madam, this is no time to faint. Get more water, hurry!
They've about fixed the lights. Christina, are you all right, darling?
Yes, Andre, I'm all right. But, Madame...
Thank God, now we can get to the bottom of this.
What?
What happened?
Look, there he is! Oh my God, over there! Oh my God, no, please wait!
Christine! Come to me, Christine. I've come to take you back. You promised to come back to me. You promised. Your Eric is waiting. I will tear off the mask. I will tear off this last mask for you.
She's mine, you freak of nature! You're nothing but a murderer!
You fools! All of you fools! You've had your chance. You'll all die for this. You'll all die!
She's escaping!
Christine! Christine!
Lieutenant, check the body.
Yes, Inspector. He's dead, sir.
I'm on my way up.
All right, everyone, the show's over. You all have duties to take care of. Now go. I'll go tell the audience.
Andre, is it truly over?
Yes, he can never harm you again.
You know, it is sad. He was such a genius. He could create such beauty, and yet he tried to destroy us all.
And his genius had to die as well. It was the only way, I'm afraid, that you could ever really be safe from him.
Yes, and now I am safe. And we're together.
Yes, we were all safe. The Phantom of the Opera was destroyed. There were no more murders, no more gold satin cords. In fact, life around the opera became so quiet and peaceful that even I was a little bored. But Mademoiselle Daae continued to sing brilliantly. One triumph succeeded by the next, until one night we were again assembled in the wings, but this time for a quite different reason.
You know, I'm as nervous as if I've never sung this role before.
You'll do as beautiful as ever, darling.
And I can hardly believe that this will be the last time that...
Oh, but it will, monsieur. You can believe it. As soon as she's my wife, she'll do her singing in the sunlight and fresh air of Brittany.
Mademoiselle, your farewell performance.
Come now, madame. You will have other great stars, other great premieres.
But none like you, mademoiselle.
Oh, and Commissioner. I mean,
how sweet of you to come.
I'm pleased to be here, in my unofficial capacity, of course.
Places for Act 1. Places.
I must go. Wish me well.
I do.
Hurry, mademoiselle, hurry.
I'm going.
Well, we'll never find another diva like that one. A farewell performance.
Oh, shh, madame, here comes the maestro.
Oh, shush yourself and hand me your handkerchief.
I'd just like to say it was a pleasure taping this for you.